In NotebookLM, which you can find just here in your Google waffle 9 dots, you're able to give your files to a notebook, and then you can chat with those files and do some other things that are interesting as well. So I'm researching about the future of jobs at the moment, and I've given a couple of PDFs here. The World Economic Forum report about skills needed in the future is always an interesting read. So I've given that to my notebook, and another one here about human-centered AI guidance for young people. Now, I can, of course, just have a chat and talk to my files like so, and it will go to my files, then come back and answer with an answer extracted from the sources that I have given it. NotebookLM is a tool that enables you to create walled gardens, as it were, curated, secure, safe spaces of sources for you to find answers to your questions in relation to your files, your sources. Pretty powerful. But it's these other features I want to show you. In Studio, you can now make a mind map where your files are broken down in terms of a mind map, and you're able to interrogate and to look into your research in a way that is more interactive and, for me, certainly more engaging, memorable, stickier, easier for me to connect the synapses in my brain when I see things broken down, and I'm able to interrogate and go deeper into topics I find interesting. For example, the fact that dependability and attention to detail are skills that have seen a notable decline in the age of AI and automation. Here's some research and facts. Again, it's telling me where it's found the information from that relate to that topic that I have found quite interesting. As a research tool, this is pretty powerful, and it's available now for us. There's also the audio feature, which many of you have played with before. I'm going to just give it another spin now. So an audio podcast about my files can be created in NotebookLM as well.
Imagine waking up one day and discovering that, well, nearly a quarter of all jobs as we know them are either brand new or they just don't exist anymore. That's not a scene from some dystopian sci-fi movie. It's the very real forecast for the global workforce. We're talking the next 5 years right here.
So I can customize this podcast as well.
As businesses have to navigate a much more complex and frankly
And what that means is I can give it a particular angle or spin or focus rather than it being a general 24-minute podcast on my files.
Unpredictable global environment.
Okay, so we've kind of dissected these colossal forces reshaping our job landscape: digital access, climate change, demographics, geopolitical tensions. Quite a mix. Now that we understand the why, let's zoom in on the what. What does this seismic shift?
But I want to go a bit further. So I'm going to select interactive on the podcast here, which enables me to do this. And again, remember, this podcast has been generated using the files I have curated and given to the notebook.
Imagine waking up one day and discovering that, well, nearly a quarter of all jobs as we know them are... Oh, wait, someone wants to join. Hey, go for it.
I will go for it. Tell me how this relates to construction skills in the UK. Why does this matter to construction skills in the UK?
That is a fantastic question. And actually, it's incredibly relevant to what we're talking about today.
Absolutely. When we look at the UK specifically and the construction sector within it, many of these global trends are magnified.
Yeah, that's right, because the construction industry, particularly in the UK, is facing significant shifts due to things like the green transition and technological adoption.
Indeed. For example, the report highlights an urgent need for green skills as countries aim to meet climate goals.
And the UK is definitely pushing...
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
So what jobs should we be preparing construction students for in an English college? What are the skills that are needed for these construction students in the future, bearing in mind this World Economic Forum report?
That is such a vital question for educators right now. It's really about looking ahead, isn't it?
Exactly. For construction students in an English college, we're not just talking about traditional building trades anymore.
No, the report clearly shows a blend of skills is becoming crucial, especially with the green transition we just mentioned.
You'll see increased demand for roles that combine manual abilities with advanced technological literacy.
Think about it. Things like installing solar panels, understanding new eco-friendly materials, or even setting up smart home systems.
The last feature I want to share with you is video overview, which, as I'm sure you've deduced, takes what we've just done and goes a bit further. Video overviews enables you to take your files and to have it presented in an educational video. Let me show you.
You know, in the time it takes you to watch this, the skills that actually define your job are already starting to shift. So today, we're going to dive deep into the World Economic Forum's roadmap to 2030. We're going to see exactly what's coming for our careers and, more importantly, how we can get way ahead of it. I want to start with just one number, 39%. What is that? Well, that's how much of your core skill set is expected to completely change in just the next 5 years. Just think about that for a second. Almost 40% of what makes you great at your job today is going to be different. So the big question is, what in the world is driving this massive?
So, in the interest of this demonstration, I'm just going to scoot ahead to show you the quality of the educational video that has been produced, again, based on the 2 PDF files that I gave Notebook to work with. It was able to take that and to turn it into this engaging video presentation as a way of adapting learning and helping learners find a way into a particular topic, to research, to revise, to delve deeper. There may be something in it some of the time for some of your learners, if not all. NotebookLM is here and available. If you need help using it in any way, the digital team and I are able to come to your classrooms and or staff rooms and your team meetings to show you how we can use this, because I think it's pretty powerful. Have fun.